Hey guys, Chief Boy here, and today I'm making a different video from usual. So usually you would be used to me making some Fortnite videos or Transformers review videos, but neither of those two categories were giving me the right amount of content to keep a growing, let's say, YouTube channel alive. So what I've decided to do is do something that I've seen a lot of, a Transformers trailer breakdown, or just a trailer breakdown of the new Transformers Bumblebee movie, which is a spin-off. So, why I decided to make this was because I've seen a few breakdowns that I wanted to give my own sort of review and thoughts and opinion of this movie, because I've seen some others and some of them I don't agree with, some of them I think can be explained more. So one thing I just like to drop right now, I believe this will have nothing to do with any of the Bay films. And I think that is the best thing that Travis Knight could have done. Have no inclusion with any of the Bay films, make this is totally different. I hope as well, that this will be totally different and have nothing to do with any of the Bay films that have previously come out. So, let's get right into the trailer. So first up, you get your first look at the new human protagonist, which is Charlie Watson, voiced by Haley Steinfeld.
I'm Charlie Watson. I'm 18. Today, actually. Is the Beetle for sale?
It's yours, kid. Happy birthday.
Now you get your first look at the main character of this movie, Bumblebee, in his smaller and much different looking robot form than the previous Bumblebees we've seen. And I really like this. It looks a lot more like Generation 1 Bumblebee, and it looks really cool, and yeah, it's just a really cool aesthetic all around.
What are you?
So now we see him in his weird sort of Jeep looking mode. So people have said that it is a Jeep robot mode. So I've heard that he does first up transform into a WB's Willy Jeep, and then proceed to change into a Volkswagen Bug. Not too sure about how true this is, but it's just a fact I've heard. He might be a sort of evasion mode, just like Optimus Prime took, but there is that.
So you have no idea where he came from?
No idea.
Well,
Here's the deal. People can be terrible.
here we have our first look at the human antagonist of what we will call Sector 7, basically. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Get to the chopper!
John Cena. And he seems like he would be head of the special sort of Transformers hunting group.
About things they don't understand. From now on, the only person you can show yourself around is me. Oh, I'm good. No, I'm good, thanks.
There's a war. So, the two new Decepticons are Shatter on the right and Dropkick on the left. Dropkick is voiced by Justin Theroux, a Decepticon triple changer who transforms to a blue AMC Javelin and a Bell AH-1 Super Cobra. On the right is Shatter, voiced by Angela Bassett, a triple changer Decepticon who transforms to a red Plymouth Satellite and a Harrier jump jet. So Shatter is a female Decepticon. And they seem to be conversing with Sector 7, as we're calling it.
Raging on our planet if this criminal isn't found.
Here we have the Decepticons telling the humans that Bumblebee is an outlaw, which would explain why the humans have been hunting down Bumblebee because they're told that if he is not found, the army will come to Earth, and destroy Earth.
That war.
Here we have our first look at the planet Cybertron, and I think this is a fantastic look of Cybertron. It looks exactly like the Generation 1 Cybertron did during the ages and finishing ages of the Cybertronian War, with the chunk out of the bottom, the circles and the holes on the surface. We do have what seems to be a escape pod flying away, which could be Bumblebee.
May find its way here.
Is there anyone that can help you? Do you have a family? Oh, who but me?
So here we have what seems to be Barricade, voiced by Jess Harnell. He does look to be an older Barricade, an older cop car, which looks really nice.
They're calling in.
Now we have the scene that has excited many people all over the internet. The Decepticon Armada. On the far left we have Shatter, I believe a Shatter. In the middle we have, ripped directly from the Generation 1 cartoons, Shockwave with his arm cannon, eye and chest. To his immediate right, on his knee, what I believe is Acid Rain, or a cone head. It's a green Decepticon Seeker with what looks like a cone head, and you can see the null rays, which I love, on his shoulders. Above him we have another Decepticon Seeker, which could be either Blitzwing or Thundercracker, which is really cool. These are in Decepticon, on Cybertron of course. Next to Acid Rain we have, and I am 100% sure about this even though other people have not said so, that is Starscream. I will circle a bunch of things that do show that it is Starscream. You have your wings, you have your shoulder pillars, you have the two chest parts which are used to fire missiles in the comics, and you have the cockpit on the chest. And I very much like his new look, even though he does look a bit skinny. He is a bit weird, but it is very cool. And on his right, or our right, I mean, you have Skywarp, looking purple. That's why I believe it's Skywarp, because it is a purple looking Seeker, exactly the same as Starscream.
An army.
Here we have amazing fight scene on the surface of Cybertron. We have the jet modes of the Seekers ripped directly out of the first episode of the Transformers Generation 1 cartoon, looking fantastic, and hopefully in the movie we'll get a better look at some of the very well known Decepticons and Autobots on the planet's face.
Firsthand, these things really are.
Now we have our first look at Blitzwing, what everyone thought was originally Starscream. So there's something I've got to say about this. Let's put a picture of Blitzwing up and put a picture of Blitzwing from the Generation 1 cartoon. They don't look very alike, even from the limited amount of body that you can see. They don't look anything alike. It doesn't look like he transformed into a tank, although we hope he will. Blitzwing is beige and purple and maybe some grey originally. This is red and grey. So a bit about Blitzwing. He is voiced by David Sobolov, and he transformed to a red and white McDonnell Douglas F4 Phantom Sec 2. And now we have our first look at Generation 1 Optimus Prime in hologram mode. Very blocky, very G1-ish look about him, aesthetic, and he looks fantastic. Voiced by Peter Cullen, he makes his debut again.
Bumblebee.
Here we have Optimus Prime in full mode without any hologram directly in front of him, looking at some Seekers which may be off to fight in the war, or maybe off to find Bumblebee. Behind him we have a very Generation 1 looking tower, which looks very nice.
There is only one way.
Here we have Decepticon Soundwave, and he looks amazing. bloody amazing, straight from Generation 1.
To
And
end
he
this
is
war,
ejecting what looks like a Ravage.
you must protect Earth and its people.
Take it down!
My back, me! This is how we stop them.
Here we have our first fight scene between Blitzwing and Bumblebee, and there is a huge size difference between the two.
You've cut me,
One thing I love about this
and I'm
fight
not
scene
going anywhere.
is you can actually see who is who instead of the dull, darker colours of the Bay films. You can actually see who is fighting who. And here we have a look at Bumblebee and his awkwardness in the house. Definitely a really cool thing. Now, for my thoughts, this trailer is amazing. As I said, he's done a fantastic job at keeping them modernized, but giving them the G1-ish look. I do really wish he ditched the Bumblebee head, but I know it's modernized and everything, so it looks really, really cool in all intents and purposes. He's got a nice new look, and he just looks all over really fantastic. Now for some little Easter eggs in what I think are Easter eggs inside the casting. Jess Harnell actually voiced Barricade in the first Transformers film and The Last Night, and now he's come back. David Sobolov, the voice of Blitzwing, actually voiced Depth Charge in Beast Wars and Brawl in the 2007 video game, and Shockwave in Transformers Prime. So they've all come back from old movies and come back to voice again. There are some confirmed Autobots that I have heard about, confirmed by Travis Knight himself. He has confirmed 2 Autobots, which I am so happy about. He has confirmed the one and only Wheeljack and the one and only Cliffjumper. So, first, Cliffjumper. I hope that he does look exactly like Bumblebee, because they are brothers. They should look exactly the same, like Sideswipe and Sunstreaker look similar. I'm hoping that Cliffjumper is literally a red Bumblebee. That would be fantastic. Wheeljack, not too sure what I'm thinking about. Last Wheeljack we had was Q, which we all have to admit was a direct take off Wheeljack. I don't know why I just didn't say, oh yeah, sure, it's Wheeljack. So, and one thing that I have noticed that there is a difference between this film and the Michael Bay films is, in the Michael Bay films, Michael Bay added in a crap ton of nameless Decepticons that were all, there was probably around only 10 unique types, and many of each type especially in Dark of the Moon, and especially when where they all came down from Cybertron in the second film, I believe, in Revenge of the Fallen. They were all nameless, and his excuse was because the movie budget wasn't high enough, and he didn't have enough money to have enough working parts for each Transformer. Ironhide's guns in the first and second film by themselves had 10,000 different revolving parts each. That's probably why they were removed in the third movie. 10,000. That is in an editing software. 10,000 working parts each for 2 arm cannons. That's just Ironhide's arm cannons. Ironhide is 20 times the size of those. Or 10 times maybe. So, Michael Bay said, I have this many because it's too expensive to have so many people working on more Decepticons, so I just have 10 different types and multiply them by 1,000. Travis Knight's film has a tiny budget, a really small budget, but he has managed to have a bunch of Decepticons that have been in Generation 1, which may well be focused on in the movie, and he has managed to do that fantastically. Something that Michael Bay didn't do. And he's done this without copying. Starscream looks nothing like Starscream from the old movies. Bumblebee has a small amount similar to what he looked like in the movie. Optimus Prime, nothing. Shockwave, nothing. But he's done this all, and he's done it on a cheaper budget. And already, it looks like it could be bigger than the other films. So, I believe this is totally different from Michael Bay. I hope it doesn't tie in. I hope it doesn't at the end say, oh yeah, this just continues right into Transformers 1. Because if it did, I just want to ask, where did all the Autobots go? Where did all those Decepticons go? What happened? So, those are some of my thoughts. The movie has also, it was announced that it would be titled Transformers Universe Bumblebee, which could mean that we get many different spin-offs of different Autobots and Decepticons. We could well get Transformers Universe Starscream, Transformers Universe Wheeljack, Transformers Universe Skywarp. We could focus on those people. We could focus on those characters. We could get one of the best films of the Transformers. One thing I am worried about, it comes out in the Christmas holidays when many other big movies come out as well. And I'm worried that more people will go to see those big movies saying all the other Transformers movies were bad, so maybe this won't be too. So they decide to go to the others. And that means Bumblebee will not get the amount of money that it needs for Travis Knight to go, maybe I should do more. So that's something I'm worried about. Hopefully that is not the case. So there are many different things that will be coming around in this movie. Many different things to be excited about. Many things that we are excited about. There are a number of different trailers. There are a number of different things that we've seen. In one scene in another trailer, we've seen Optimus Prime fighting Thundercracker. So Thundercracker may be confirmed because it is a blue Seeker looking exactly like Skywarp and Starscream. A blue Seeker with red stripes on the wings, which will be very cool to see if that does happen. We could have all the three main Seekers. So, if you are hyped for this movie, be excited. It will be really cool. It will be a lot better than some people will expect. If you enjoyed this video, if you want more like it, smash that like button and comment if you liked it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.